That isn't cranberry sauce, Artie. That is not cranberry sauce.
You want burgers, hot dogs, some chicken, and ribs. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Happy birthday to you.
No.
A happy birthday to you.
No.
Happy birthday, Mr.
My birthday's next
President. What?
My birthday's next week.
Yeah, but I mean, this is shit is coming out on Monday. It's not coming out on Friday anymore.
That's true.
So technically, this is your birthday week, even though we're recording this on a Saturday.
My birthday's in exactly 1 week.
Exactly. But still, it counts. That's right. It is our co-host and better half here at Night of the Horror Files. 29th birthday. That's what we're going 29.
I was like, why are you looking at me
29.
like that?
I'm trying to flatter you. But yes, it's her birthday. She's 29 years young, never a day older. But
I'm older than that.
oh,
Do
you're
you
not
know
older
what?
than me.
Do you know what year I was born?
1992. There you go. Feel good? Is that the right answer?
No. Do you really know what year I was born?
I
though?
do. It is 1989. I didn't forget the birth year. Sometimes I feel like I was born in 1952, but that's just me.
Like
Anyway.
your body makes you feel that way?
No, just this bullshit I know about stuff like today's feature. So welcome to Night of the Horror File. This is your first time joining us. We always make the stupid announcement at the beginning, but if this is your first time, this is a podcast where I take a horror movie and have my beautiful wife, Brittany, watch it. And then we kind of go from there, just discuss, and she makes fun of me for all the stupid shit I know.
It's true.
And I interrupt her while she's doing that.
It's true.
But, man, it's been Thanksgiving month. It's been a good month. We've had some really fucking awesome episodes this month. I've had a damn good time, and the theme has been family. And today's feature is no different. There's a little weird Oedipus stuff going on, but what did we watch this week?
Blood Rage.
Blood Rage from 1987. That's the year I was born, actually.
Dun
If you wanna
dun
go for
dun.
it. And this is the first. I'm so glad I didn't eat as much as I did on actual Thanksgiving, because I would not be into this right now. I'd be so gone on tryptophan.
I told you.
In fact, what's really funny is it was Thursday night, Thanksgiving night. We recorded our Patreon only episode, our little syncable commentary on the Blair Witch Project, and you can get the feel for us being just fucking stuffed out of our minds on turkey and stuff, and just like tired.
I wasn't stuffed. I was just tired.
Brittany was falling asleep while I was explaining the importance of the Blair Witch Project.
The importance.
The importance. But go check. If you're not a Patreon yet, yes, I know we got to plug it. But if you're not a patron yet and you love our show and you want to support it somehow, that's the best way to do it. It's only $5 a month. We're probably never going to increase the price. I mean, why? I don't know. Maybe if you get, I don't maybe
know.
you'll have to pay extra to come meet us or something and have a beer. I don't know. That might be a package.
They're
at
going
one
to
point.
pay to meet us?
That'd be kind of, who would pay to meet my ass?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I
That'd be-
would feel bad people having to pay
I
to
know.
come see us. Like,
maybe you'll get that for free. But no, Patreon is
we're gonna
awesome.
have to pay for them to hang out with us.
Patreon is awesome, and you'll get those syncable commentaries, and you'll get our upcoming bonus episodes and stuff like that. It's a good time on there. You get all sorts of newsletters and just some personal interaction with us. You can message us whenever you want, and we'll respond. It's a good time on there.
Right.
So that's Patreon. But today's feature was filmed in 1983 under the title Complex in Jacksonville, Florida, but not released until 1987.
Okay, I was like, wait a second. I was like, you lie.
Blood Rage is one of the few slashers set during the Thanksgiving holiday. So this is kind of leftovers since it's way past Thanksgiving at this point. But now that doesn't make it the only Thanksgiving horror film. No, we covered Thanksgiving on a previous episode, I believe last year, where I lost my mind trying to figure out if the movie was trying to say something.
The movie ain't saying shit.
No, it wasn't. Nor is today's movie. But now Blood Rage went through several different name changes, in fact, not just Complex. When it was finally released in 1987, it went by Nightmare at Shadow Woods. This was a censored cut that eliminated some of the gore, which is a shame because no one is turning out for this movie to see less blood. Then, when it popped up on home video, it had Blood Rage as the title, but the opening credits labeled it as Slasher.
I was going to ask you about that.
Which was the title before Blood. It just goes on. It's a very confusing mess. Now, this is a movie that doesn't take itself too seriously.
No.
Thankfully, because after last episode on The Shining, and I don't know if you're listening to us now and you listen to that episode, holy shit. That episode was like two people taking or getting really high out of their minds or something and just going into the meaning of life. That was,
and we did not get high.
and we did not need to do that on The Shining. We really didn't. But so this is a light episode, which is going to be so much fun. And that was last week was a T-bone steak of a film, and I believe this one is the pumpkin pie. So we're, yeah, that's
pumpkin pie is delicious.
Just delicious and a good time. I mean, I hope, there are some people that don't like pumpkin pie.
I know.
That's weird.
That's okay. They don't have to.
Yeah, it's okay. We still love you, even though you're wrong.
More for me. And now that you've eaten all your apple pie, you don't get to touch my pumpkin pie.
Listeners, I ate a whole apple pie in 2 days. A whole apple pie. I don't feel good about it. I feel
You've
a
been
bit
shitting
ashamed.
a lot.
I have been. Thanksgiving has been awful to me this year, especially. You know what it is?
You're getting old.
Well, I'm getting older, and we had the quarantine, which kept me from doing anything physical, really, like getting out of the house and walking around as much. And
Did you do that before quarantine?
That you know of. There's a lot of video store browsing that you don't know of, but that keeps me active. Video store browsing. You should let me do that.
Are you
more.
running while you're in there?
Sometimes.
Running to the bathroom after you eat your apple pie.
But anyway, so I don't think I was prepped to eat that much food. So here we are. I'm going to have to go on a killer diet after this.
But Christmas is coming.
Fuck.
We're having a Mexican feast.
Yeah, my family is part Hispanic, so we celebrate by eating Mexican food on Christmas. That's going to be interesting. I don't know how I'm going to handle it. It's going to be terrible.
New Year's resolution.
So I'm going to eat a whole dos leches cake or something. Like, what do we?
Oh,
we should make
I need to make a dos leches cake. Oh, the one my stepsister made.
There you
It
go.
was so good.
There you go. Okay, this is turning into a Chopped podcast. But so anyway, enough of all that shit. Let's get into 1987's Blood Rage.
Mm-mm.
What?
No.
Why? What's
Just
wrong?
go ahead.
Go ahead with what?
I'm just going to let you interrupt me now.
Okay, this one's a little different.
It's
I'm
my
not gonna
birthday.
interrupt-
It's
your
my
birthday. I'm not going to interrupt you.
I don't.
Not on your birthday week.
No, you're going to interrupt me. It's my birthday week. Just go ahead with whatever you're going to say.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Look, lips sealed. I'm taking a sip of delicious coffee.
I don't trust you.
It's delicious coffee.
So if you interrupt me, what do I get to do?
I don't know. What do you want to get to do?
I don't know yet.
Don't worry, listener. We will talk about the movie eventually.
Maybe you should start talking about it then.
I'm not. I'm going to let you start. I'm going to let you start. There is someone in their car like that right now. They're like, are they arguing? Like, is this what they do on this show? They just argue?
Yes. So anyway, this movie starts with me slicing your throat. That's what I get to do. That is, where's that guillotine? Or not guillotine. Where's that battle axe that our friends had?
Oh, see, we didn't get it. I tried to talk them out of letting me have the battle axe, but I don't think they, one, trusted with me with it, and two, I think they paid an over-exorbitant amount for that battle axe.
They probably did, and I paid them to not let you have it.
Oh, see? Anyway, everyone these days is 80s this and 80s that. 80s horror, how the horror was so good in the 80s. It really was just a mixed bag like we have today. I mean, in all honesty. And I'll admit, I had no idea that this movie existed until my unknowing mentor, Joe Bob Briggs, showed it on the last drive-in on Shudder during his Dinners of Death marathon. And I've tried to see everything from the 80s. I honestly have, and this one just kind of skipped by me,
Dun, dun, dun.
But, the 80s was a mixed bag. I mean, I think it's just the pure just trash of it all, Like we see so much CGI nowadays, we miss the old practical effects, no matter how shitty it is. It's just, I'm looking at something.
I agree. I agree.
But anyway, I was missing out that I had never seen this movie. And this one had a Blu-ray release. And of course, it's way overpriced, but that's a whole different rant for a different episode. But the era release of that had 3 versions of this one. That was the original, an uncut, which we saw. We saw the uncut. Mm-hmm. And a version that tried to restore all the deleted scenes. But we aren't shilling out the money for that. So we saw just the uncut version.
Nice.
And you can see that on Shudder. In fact, you can see that on Shudder. I own it on Vudu because, yes, I do love physical media, but some things I cannot afford and we have to watch it. So,
right.
So I own it on Vudu. But anyway.
Wait, why did you buy it on Vudu if it's on Shudder?
Okay, so funny story. And this has happened a lot. So Shudder will take off movies periodically because of licensing. That's why I love physical media, because if my streaming services don't have it, then I probably will, which is nice. But I don't have Blood Rage, which I should. You think I would. But so they took it off for a good time. Now, right after I bought this movie on Vudu, because I was like, well, it's $5 here. It's $80 online. I was like, I'm over exaggerating, but it's a lot of money online. So I was like, I'll just chill out the $5 for the movie now and it'll be fine.
Right.
The next day they put it back up on Shudder.
Because it's Thanksgiving time.
I know. I didn't think about it. And what really sucks about this, and I'm not trying to be like negative about other people's podcasts, but every single podcast is covering this movie.
Oh, so you copied every other
I did not copy anyone. I don't think anyone copied each other. I think we all were just like, Blood Rage. There we go.
You know why?
Why?
Because 2020 is Blood Rage.
Oh, fuck, right? We're all seeing red. But no, I think that's what influenced my choice of theme for next month, and we'll discuss that at the end of the episode. But let's officially get back into the movie.
You're not going to interrupt me again?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to promise you that would be rude, but I'm going to let you finish. I'm a Kanye out of here. So.
So this movie starts at a drive-in in 1974. They're watching a movie called The House That Cried Murder, rated G. And we see this dude walking into the bathroom, buying condoms.
Okay, so obviously we start this movie off in the best way possible at the drive-in. Of course, the title slasher throws you off for a second.
Yeah, I was like, wait, did I click the right one?
You're like, wait a second, we're supposed to be watching Blood Rage. But we do get that sweet theme song playing over the credits.
Sure.
You're like, I don't remember the music. Brittany has a weird habit. Yeah, Brittany has a weird habit of not remembering the music in these movies.
But would you rather me remember the music or the movie?
Good point. I can talk at length about music, so I guess that works out, right?
Oh, I mean, if you wanted me to analyze the movie for the music in the movie, then I would, but I'm not, so.
Okay,
yeah.
So, all right, my bad. Hey, Ted Raimi's here.
He better be.
In his big screen debut at 19 years old. And Ted Raimi, well, I know, and the listeners know, from the Evil Dead fame and pretty much Sam Raimi's brother. I mean, come on. 19 years old here, by the way. And I think is this cinema's first condom dealer?
I don't know.
Because he has them all in his you know, in his jacket and everything. There is a safety pin going through one of them, and that's kind of concerning. I mean, I would be kind of, you know.
Is he going to
worried
sell
about
that one, or he's going to like?
Maybe that's
use
just
that
a
one later?
display,
I don't
like
know.
the display model,
Maybe.
display condoms.
I don't know.
Do you think people have to haggle with him?
Yes.
To haggle the price?
Yes, probably.
Like 2-for-1 deals and stuff like that. How old are these condoms, by the way?
So I don't. Oh, that's a good question. But they were $2 for $1. That's the hell of a deal, man.
And how much could you possibly make off of hawking condoms in the bathroom?
Well, think about it. Like back in the day, I don't know how much a box of. Well, okay, so a box of condoms nowadays, we're gonna say between $3 and $5, depending on how many condoms are in the box,
Okay,
right?
Good point.
But and there's, I don't know. I've never bought condoms before, so I don't fucking know. How many condoms come in a box?
I don't know, like 3 or 4. You're talking to someone else who doesn't buy condoms. Oh God. The 4 or 5 apparently. Our technician off to the side is telling us.
Okay, so say you have 5 condoms in a box.
You got 5 condoms in a box.
And you paid $5. We're just going to put it that way.
So
okay?
$1 per condom. That's what you're
okay, but he's selling them. Oh, wait, then you're not making any money. But
See?
they were not $5 back then.
And this was 1983 or
That's what
87,
I'm saying.
depending
So
on when
say
you
they
want.
were $2 back then for 5 condoms, and you're selling 2 condoms for $1. Then you're making You're making $1 profit.
Someone is like
something like that. Math. I don't know math.
Someone's really confused right now. It's like, are they doing condom math now? They were arguing and now they're doing condom math. I thought this was a horror movie podcast.
Anyway, I don't know. I never bought condoms. I got 4 kids.
I never
No,
bought
I got
condoms.
3 kids. I birthed 3 kids. I birthed 3 kids.
Okay, I got condoms for free. I never said I didn't use the condoms. I just didn't buy them.
Okay,
I should probably clear that up in case someone's like, well, they do it, so I'm just gonna like, no, go to use condoms, please.
Use the condoms.
Use condoms. Do as we say, not as we do.
Yeah, you don't need to use condoms if you're not having sex.
Ah, see, all right. Back to the movie.
Anyway.
Back to the movie.
So everyone is either smoking weed or making out like you do at the drive-in, right?
Well, yeah.
And then we meet Maddie. She is at the drive-in on a date, but she has her twin sons with her in the backseat sleeping.
So, okay, were they gonna fuck in front of these kids?
Okay, so she was saying no. And he was just I think they were just trying to make out.
Okay.
And because she kind of was like, no, the kids are back there.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm gonna get it wet.
She's like, no.
I don't know. I just
I felt like she was a little old.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really judge too hard on Maddie here because I think my first sexual experience was at a drive-in, so I can't.
Oh. Yeah, she just seemed too old. And why would you bring
She
your
seemed
kids?
too old. She seemed too old for sex.
No. Yes, she seemed too old for sex at a drive-in.
Well, you know, we'll get to it, but I think she likes her sons better anyway. Let's move on.
Gross. Anyway, so the boys wake up and they get out of the car, and Maddie doesn't even notice. Terry, the twins are Terry and Todd.
Terry and Todd. There we go. Okay.
Ugh. Terry picks up an axe from someone's truck, finds these people having sex in their car, and this makes him mad, so he axes the dude in the face. The woman that was in the car, she runs off naked. She just runs naked, like, okay.
She runs out of the movie.
Yes. And Maddie hears somebody scream, and then she notices that the boys are gone. And everybody is crowded around this car now, and Terry rubs blood on Todd's face and hands him the axe and says, oh, Todd did this.
Okay, so here's the deal. Here's just one problem. Just one problem. I feel like for some reason, and this is just me, I feel like they're trying to play that, like, after this part, it feels like they're trying to tell us that Todd's the murderer and not Terry, but we just saw Terry kill a guy and blame it on Todd. So why are they treating that as a mystery through this entire movie?
Because nobody knew except for Terry and Todd.
Okay, I'm just...
What?
Nothing. It's just a feeling I get. But okay.
I don't understand.
Don't worry about it.
It's a feeling that they're trying to hide it because they are trying to hide it.
Huh? No. It feels like throughout the entire movie, like we, the audience, are supposed to think this is a mystery.
Oh, I didn't think that.
Yeah, I was just like, no, that's not how that works. But
no, I think you're reading too much into that.
oh, okay. Okay, if I can put the brakes on this for a minute, God damn it.
Okay. Stop yelling at me.
You know,
I will throw this. What is this?
No, do not throw that I spit on my grave, or I spit on your grave collector's box set at me. That is very it's very treasured box set. Don't do it.
So I should light it on fire.
I will murder you. Okay, anyway,
I'm just kidding.
let's move on with this goddamn show. Okay, so now you'll hear me spew off stuff like terms like exploitation or drive-in movie, and that second colloquialism seems to confuse people. Drive-in movie, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, what do you think about when you hear drive-in movie?
I think of a B-rated movie.
Okay, see, so you got the right idea going on.
Yeah.
So, it seems to confuse people, though. Not our fans. Our fans are actually smarter than I am. But I did seem to feel like I needed to explain what a drive-in movie is.
Okay.
To some people. You have folks on Twitter mostly and other fans of my hero Joe Bob, the legendary and greatest drive-in critic who ever parked in front of the screen. But you got them saying, hey, the term mutant family or mutant fam, you know, that's the term for the Joe Bob fans,
right,
is only to be used when talking about drive-in movies and not horror movies.
What?
Or how drive-in movies aren't horror and this isn't a drive-in movie and so on. Just stuff like that, which... Okay.
Just because he hosts the drive-in theater doesn't mean he didn't host horror movies back in the day. Did they not know that?
No, he hosts all drive-in movies, but here's the deal, and he's already fucking explained this to people, that even just the basic definition of drive-in movie is really simple. A movie people gather together in cars to watch outside on a screen.
Okay.
There's nothing else to it.
Okay.
But the term drive-in movie is really a catch-all term for exploitation films, like the old biker movies and stuff like that. But it's also horror. It can be some of the most well-known horror movies, too, like Halloween, which Joe Bob in the past has called one of the greatest drive-in flicks made.
Okay, yeah.
It can be Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, which is more of an exercise in paranoia and distrust with Joan Crawford and Betty Davis. Anyway, but it can be the classic spaghetti westerns, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, or hell, even lesser known but debatably better westerns such as El Topo. Now, of course, drive-in films do tend to get more of a specific feel to them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you wouldn't call any of the Marvel flicks a drive-in movie.
No.
Even if you can throw it up on a drive-in screen. It's like,
right.
You know, or the newest Fast and Furious movie, whatever Vin Diesel is mumbling out of his mouth at the time.
You know what I would call those movies?
What would you call them?
I would call those IMAX movies.
Yes.
Do you see what I mean?
Yes. For people like me and Joe Bob, you call it indoor bullshit. But your rom-coms, you know, those you wouldn't call a drive-in movie. You wouldn't put that in the drive-in film selection.
Right.
The movies where the actors have zero chemistry. So when we say drive-in movie, it basically is a catch-all, and almost every horror film can fall into that category of drive-in film. I say almost because a lot of these newer films don't look good on the drive-in screen. They tend to be way too dark and it doesn't show up well. Most of your drive-in movies, the good ones, are brighter. you know.
Right.
They're a lot more lit. So I hope that kind of clears up what I'm meaning when I say stuff like that, you know. Plus, most of the people on Twitter saying this have never even frequented the drive-in, so I'm not sure, you know, how they would know. Shots fired. But, you know, people have been saying the drive-in is going to die for decades. That's my next point. You know, you hear about it all the time. Drive-in's on its way out. Drive-in's going to die.
Right.
There has been a published article about the drive-in as we know it is dying ever since 1970 when the drive-in supposedly was on its way out.
See, I thought our drive-in was whenever it burned down.
It did burn down. Yeah, I remember. I remember the get together to raise funds to help build it back.
And they built it back, yep. Which was great. And I'm excited about it. But now they only play stupid fucking Marvel movies.
Now, they did start playing those horror movies every Monday when we couldn't go.
Only during October.
Yeah, somehow, I don't know. Maybe it's the people that live around that don't want to hear that shit or something. I have no idea what's going on with them.
They don't have to hear it.
But, you know, like, Circle Cinema is the best. And I know that sounds like I'm going against my whole indoor thing that I have. But, like, Circle Cinema is good. I count it as a art house. So, and it is art house.
It is an art house.
It's not a movie theater.
It is not a movie theater.
It's communal. It's communal.
It's like it's
intimate.
Yeah.
And that's what a drive-in is. It's a communal theater. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody gets together. You can say hi to people. You can just sit out there and fucking talk.
Right.
And nobody's going to shine a flashlight in your face and tell you to shut up. And there's not that like 500-pound guy. I paid for these tickets. So like that's the whole point. And, you know, that's what I don't understand why people don't grasp, you know. Just because a horror film is a horror film doesn't mean it's not a drive-in movie.
Right.
You know. But anyway, that's all that. Actually, speaking of drive-ins, this was filmed at the Route 35 in New Jersey. The drive-in there. It's sadly closed now, but like all good drive-ins, it was named after a road. All good drive-ins are named after a road.
Oh. Ours is.
Exactly. The Admiral Twin.
Mm-hmm.
Admiral. The movie playing at the beginning is actually a real movie. It was written by the director of this film, John Grismer.
Oh, nice.
So that's my spew on drive-ins. What do you enjoy the drive-in? I don't think we've actually really talked at length about this.
I do enjoy the drive-in. I just don't. Okay, our drive-in is stupid.
Okay.
Because they will play a Marvel movie, which is like 3 hours fucking long, and then play the kids movie as the second screen.
Yeah,
like the second movie.
I don't think a good drive-in movie should be over. Once you start hitting the 2 hour mark, you're getting a little long.
Yeah,
you know, I think
because you're there to watch two movies.
Yeah, exactly. A double feature. That's the greatest part.
Right. But so I would love to like take the kids and just sit and they can run around or do whatever. I don't fucking care. But the kids' movies are always last and the kids are fucking asleep by then.
That is a good point.
Like, what the fuck?
See, so when I was younger and I was frequent in the drive-in, the earliest I remember watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the drive-in. I remember watching Twister at the drive-in. And I remember watching Alien 3 at the drive-in. But I also, with those double features, you also had like a family movie. Like I remember Father of the Bride coming on before Alien 3.
Right, right.
And stuff like that. And some comedies and stuff coming on before the other ones. But yeah,
I went a few times, but I couldn't tell you what movies I watched there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember our drive-in experiences very clearly.
I think one of the movies I saw there was, I think the last movie I saw at the drive-in was one of the Twilight movies.
Oh, yeah?
No.
Boy, that would have been hard to watch because that's a very dark movie.
One of the Hunger Game movies?
Oh, yeah?
No, one of the Twilight movies. It had to have been.
Yeah, I'll tell you the worst movie I ever saw at a drive-in was one of the Transformers movies. I couldn't tell what the fuck was going on.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think that's a fucking robot. What is that? Is that Shia LaBeouf? But I know what his name is. But okay, let's get back to the movie.
Okay.
We're taking forever.
So it's 10 years later, and it's Thanksgiving.
Bum, bum, bum. Thanksgiving.
Oh my goodness.
Do you think the reason why there isn't more Thanksgiving horror movies is because Thanksgiving just isn't a scary holiday, really?
Yeah.
Because I mean, with Christmas, of course, you're going to have a lot of scary movies because Christmas, like, people used to tell ghost stories at Christmas. Like, Christmas is a really scary fucking holiday if you think about it real close. You know, you got a big fat red guy come down your chimney and breaking into your house in the middle of the night and eating your cookies and shit.
Yeah.
You know, doing God knows what with your stuff.
Kissing grandma.
Ugh.
Oh, wait. Mom? Who does Santa Claus kiss?
It's mommy.
Oh. I'm not. Oh, yeah. He runs over grandma. Fuck.
I
There's murder?
really have got to never say mommy again.
Please. Thank you. Anyway. So Maddie goes to see Todd and his therapist at the local mental institution. The therapist. This is a very weird scene because the therapist is like reading out of her book or whatever.
Yeah, we get a really long
It's a
ass
voiceover
narration here. Like,
yeah. It's
much
like
more than what we needed to, especially with what happens to this doctor later.
Right? I'm like, what? So to sum it up, the therapist says that Todd is starting to remember what happened that night at the drive-in, and Todd is blaming Terry. Maddie is mad and doesn't want to do any more tests on the kids because I guess they wanted to run more tests. Maddie then goes to talk to Todd and tells him that they are one happy family and that Terry did not commit the murder. And Todd then destroyed this pie that she brought for him.
Now, okay, you called it a pie, but I swear to God, that's a cake.
I thought it was pumpkin pie. I'm pretty sure she says...
Is it a pumpkin pie?
I'm pretty sure she says, I brought your favorite pumpkin pie. Or
oh. I don't know. It looked like... Anyway, doesn't need to be a point of contention.
Like pumpkin pie.
So before I get into this movie, everyone's terrible at everything in this fucking movie.
The therapist.
Yeah, the therapist is an awful therapist. Like, wouldn't she know that Todd was not killing people by this point? I don't know.
I have no idea.
I guess Todd is mentally disturbed by what he saw. I have no idea. But it's so weird that this is set at Thanksgiving. I mean, you wouldn't really... I mean, shouldn't we have like him dressed as a pilgrim? Like,
what?
This really didn't need to be Thanksgiving. Really,
no, it could have been a Tuesday.
Yeah, it could have been a Sunday dinner. I don't know. Anyway, but Maddie here, Todd's mom, is played by Louise Ladder, who is the queen of breakdowns, like in movies and in real life. She had a role on Taxi and the show Mary Hartman. But the mom here is very strangely close to Todd.
To Terry.
Terry, sorry. I'm getting them confused already. But, okay. But also, you got to wonder, because this movie was released in March. Why did they release a Thanksgiving movie in March of all times?
I don't know. I was surprised that you just said that. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, and nothing screams November in this, really. Because we're in Jacksonville, Florida. Like, who just decided Thanksgiving? Anyway, Mark Sofer plays a dual role here as Todd and Terry, and they basically just mess up his hair a little bit in between.
Yeah.
Mark went on to do little small pop-up roles in Graveyard Shift 2. Yes, there's a Graveyard Shift 2. And Swordfish, the movie where Hugh Jackman gets a blowjob while hacking into a computer while John Travolta watches.
What?
Yeah, that actually happens in that movie. A lot of people forget.
I've never seen that movie.
It sucks. Don't worry about it.
So it's still Thanksgiving. This whole day is Thanksgiving.
Yep.
This whole movie is Thanksgiving. So Terry is playing football with his friends, and his new neighbor stops him with her daughter and says that his mom invited them over for Thanksgiving dinner. Then it cuts to dinner, and everyone's laughing and having a good time. And Maddie decides to announce that her and Brad are engaged, and Terry acts happy, but he is really pissed. And also, he really is a psychopath. You want to know why?
Why is that?
Because who drinks milk with Thanksgiving dinner?
That's a little much. That is a heavy drink to drink to eat all those starches with.
Everybody else is drinking champagne or wine or whatever the fuck they're drinking.
Light drink.
Yes. Alcoholic drinks, right?
Yeah.
And he's got a fucking glass of milk.
Yeah,
a big fucking glass of milk.
Yeah. And who proceeds to toast with said glass of milk?
Exactly.
Has any horror movie, I gotta ask this, has any horror movie made a turkey look appetizing? Because this turkey looks sickly. I don't know. Like it may have had a problem beforehand. I don't know. So here's a question I'd like to pose for everybody here, even the listeners. Why the sudden hate for turkey during the holiday? What happened to our beloved turkey?
I thought people liked turkey.
I know. It seems like every year around the holidays, I read more and more about how people hate turkey. And turkey is the worst. Oh, no, turkey. Mm-hmm. Turkey was once almost declared our national bird because it doesn't leave our country to roost somewhere else like the eagle does. That was Benjamin Franklin. America's first fat ladies man. But
oh my God.
Now I get it. If you're vegan or vegetarian, you can't partake in the turkey. Right. But you have tofurkey.
Right.
I hear that's a food item. But I feel like as American, it's your patriotic duty to have turkey on that goddamn table. That's all I'm saying. You got to have a turkey. I don't even care if you fucking eat it. You better have a turkey.
Well, everybody has a
Feed
turkey.
It to the poor. I don't care.
Well, everybody does. They do cook a turkey, but
really, this makes me sound like a piece of shit because I'm like, you got to have a turkey on the table. When we have like people in the UK and Ireland listening right now. But
oh my goodness, that's funny. They do turkeys, but they also do ham.
Yeah, and I agree. Ham's pretty fucking good. But ham to me has always been a Christmas item. At Christmas
you get the turkey for Thanksgiving and the ham for Christmas.
Christmas. The turkey is an awesome bird though. You can bake it, smoke it, dry it, hell, boil it. Ew. But anyway, I don't care. Just have a turkey. Be there for the turkey. I honestly don't think I could trust someone without at least the option of turkey at Thanksgiving.
I agree.
Just a side turkey breast or something.
Now, please tell me why your mom fried some chicken this year.
I have no clue what happened with that. There was just fried chicken legs, but nothing else. Just the chicken legs, just the drumsticks.
So we had turkey and chicken and fried chicken legs
and meatballs this year.
And no ham.
And no ham. Yeah, there was absolutely no ham, which was kind of sad because I do like a ham. I like to have the ham. I'm so fucking fat. I am so fucking fat. I'm talking about food right now.
And why do we keep talking about food?
But you know what? And I don't want to hear that the turkey's too dry because any self-respecting person has gravy at that Thanksgiving feast.
Fuck yeah.
And that's what the fucking gravy is meant for.
Yes.
Giblet gravy, turkey gravy. I don't care. Gravy. Just put that fucking shit on the turkey and you choke it down, okay?
We don't have to choke it down. It's delicious.
No, that's true.
Anyway. So Maddie gets a call and it's the institution and Todd has run away. The doctor is on the way to her house because they think that Todd is trying to come home. Okay. I need to pause here for just a second.
It's like Terrible Halloween is basically what this movie is.
But I need to pause here for a second.
The night he kind of came home.
I need to pause here for a second.
Okay, you're pausing. Okay.
How does Todd know where home is when he's been at the institution for 10 years?
Good point.
Is it the same?
I'm assuming it's the same apartment complex. We're not really given that.
Okay, but still. I don't remember. Do I remember where I lived when I was 10? Yes, I do. Never mind. I'm stupid.
but okay. So the thing is, that is something we should probably talk about. This all takes place during at an apartment complex.
Yes, the whole thing. Yeah.
Which is, I guess only like 4 people live here. But yeah, I guess it could be the same one. I don't know. Or the doctor. She seems really terrible at her job. She probably let it slip at some point.
Maybe.
It's probably drunk during a meeting. Oh, they fucking moved. The address? Oh, yeah, here you go.
Oh, my goodness.
You're not fucking getting out of here. So what do you...
So anyway, I just was like, what? Anyway, so Maddie tells Terry that Todd is on his way there and then the doctor's coming. Well, they agree to act like nothing's happening. They go back to the table. Terry sits down and then he announces it to everybody. He's like, what do you say? Like, my murderous brother just escaped and he's on his way.
Nonchalantly.
Here. They're all like, what?
My murderous brother is on his way. Pass the turkey.
Right? And then Maddie's like in shock because she was like, wait a second, we just fucking talked about this.
She's just fucking staring at him.
Right.
Which we forgot to mention the whole thing with the fucking stepdad who's entering the picture, or not even stepdad yet, really. I mean,
the mom's boyfriend.
Yeah, Todd is not. Wait, Terry. Fuck this movie. Terry is not exactly keen on.
I did say that.
You did?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, this movie is going in one ear and out the other.
I said that they announced their engagement, and Terry's not happy about it.
Oh my god! How did I miss that?
I don't know, because you talk too much. I'm just kidding.
Now the director of this.
You're just gonna.
I'm just gonna fucking skip your part.
Okay.
Were you done?
I am done. I'm
okay,
sorry.
I didn't actually want to interrupt you. I was just. I was being jokey.
No.
Anyway, now the director of.
You're just like, what? I was like, what?
Awkward episode.
No, I said you don't listen, and then you just started talking. You didn't say anything like mean back to me or anything. I was very confused.
Let's not do this. Not in front of the listener.
We already did this.
Now, the director of this is John Grismer, who only has 2 movies credited to him as director. This one and 1977's Scalpel, which is an alternate title for the movie we saw playing at the drive-in at the beginning of this. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, no, it isn't. Okay. Oh, fuck.
Did you lie to me?
I lied to you.
I don't trust you.
You mean the movie lied? Anyway, we got to do Return of the Living Dead sometime. But so anyway, he had this movie and 1977 Scalpel, but he also wrote that movie that we see on the drive-in marquee at the beginning. He wrote that, not directed it. He directs Robert Landing in 1977 Scalpel as a plastic surgeon who turns a young woman into a spitting image of his daughter who is missing. It's actually a pretty damn good movie. Now, it seems he left film to work on his writing and is now an accomplished author. Who wrote the Civil War story Ghosts of Anaheim, and just recently How to Write an Irish Play, which How to Write an Irish Play is the title.
I was like, wait, what?
You're waiting for more info about that. But no, this is pretty much, I mean, I can see why. This was his next directorial debut. He probably was like, fuck this, I'm done. Look, I mean, okay, let's not beat around the bush. This is an awful movie. It's a terrible movie, but it's good. It's a so bad it's good movie in every sense of the word. I mean, this thing almost tanked like when they were filming it. I mean, the main actor almost like walked off set. And the producer had to go and get him because he was tired of working on the movie. And it's just all sorts of shit. And so we almost didn't have it. And it's a surprise at how popular it is now. Like it's very weird, like how popular this movie is now. But it's fun, you know. It's a good time.
I don't know. Although a lot, you know, everything comes back around.
True.
I don't fucking know why.
Sure.
Because everybody wants to go back to the 80s. I don't fucking know.
Nostalgia.
Yes.
Well, we said it earlier on. All the trash movies are coming back mostly because, I mean, we have so much CGI in horror now that it's just, you get to look at light hitting objects and it's very good. It's very nice to watch. Right.
And we get some good old-fashioned blood.
Old-fashioned blood.
I like the old-fashioned blood sometimes.
It is nice. Especially the over-the-top, that's too much blood for a human body that they get going.
Oh, it's coming up.
And especially next month, Oh my God. The amount of blood we will get. It's going to be a bloody month. Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, so Todd's walking around the apartment complex. I mean, really, that's it. Sorry. There's no town.
We do get a shot of him like looking into a store, but that's it. Like you don't get like a sign or anything. You just see like
that's probably like
could be glass that he's looking into.
That's probably like the corner store, like
it's the mini mart down the street.
Yes, in front of the apartment complex.
And it was shot in an actual apartment complex. Nobody, shelled out money to build sets. Really, this is all at somebody's apartment.
They used the show home, show apartment.
Yeah, and I bet you $5 the interior shots of the apartments are probably the same apartment over and over again.
Oh, I guarantee they are. So dinner's over and they're cleaning up and Maddie goes to her room and she's still kind of processing things. Brad goes to talk to her and they start making out because, it's a good time to fuck.
Well, yeah. When's a bad time to fuck, really?
When your son's therapist is on her way to your house because he's escaped.
Well, you got minutes. You just got to hurry.
Oh.
Okay, I take it back. A bad time to fuck would be a funeral. Might not want to, fuck at a funeral.
Oh, why not?
I don't know.
You got a few minutes.
I mean, they are dead, so it's not like it's bothering them.
I mean, it is if you're fucking in the casket.
Okay, well, you wouldn't fuck in the casket because that would require moving the dead body. Or if you're fucking the dead body, then you have a whole new set of problems that, wow. Only on Night of the Horrorphile will talk about a slasher movie go from arguments between a married couple and then fucking necrophilia in the middle of the episode. By the way, we're just playing around, people. We're not actually in a fight.
That they know of.
Fight's on? Fight's
back on.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
Where are we going? Are we going to get ice cream when we get there?
You got ice cream money?
Do you?
No. I didn't ask for ice cream. I had cotton candy earlier.
Okay, not in front of the listener. Let's
So Terry sees them making out and he gets more pissed off, because his mama's a whore. So the doorbell rings.
This is just her boyfriend or her fiance at this point.
But this is fiance number 12. So yeah.
How do you know?
I can tell.
You got on to me for reading too much into this movie and you're coming up with a whole backstory on the mom.
You can tell.
Can you?
Yes.
How can you tell?
This is for another discussion.
No. I want to know now. I want to know. How can you tell that this lady's on number 12?
Well, I don't know exactly number 12, but she at least... Okay, where's the boy's dad, first of all?
Ooh, good point. Okay.
Where's the guy that took her out on a date to the drive-in 10 years ago?
Okay.
And it's been 10 years, so you're telling me she has not been with anybody in 10 years.
Are we sure that that's not Brad at the beginning?
Yes, I'm positive it's not Brad at the beginning. Because he was like... When they drove off or whatever, or before Terry killed somebody, he was like, "Why could you take your kid? Shouldn't go out with anybody that takes their kids all over town." Blah blah blah. Like he was pissed off about it. Anyway, well, because also Brad didn't know about Todd.
Oh yeah,
really. So you're telling me between the date at the drive-in and now she's never been with anybody else? Because I guarantee she has.
Okay. All right.
I bet she even got married a few times.
Valid point. I wouldn't call her a whore, though. Come on. Now. Why am I defending this person?
No, Terry thinks his mom's a whore.
I think Terry thinks everybody's a whore, but...
That's true.
We'll get to it.
It's because he drinks milk with his turkey. Anyway.
Oh, milk and turkey.
Anyway. So they're making out. Terry sees. He's pissed off. Then the doorbell rings. And it's the doctor and her assistant.
It's like, she's like the worst version of fucking Dr. Loomis in this movie.
Oh, yeah. And then the fucking assistant. Okay, so Terry opens the door and the assistant like pushes Terry and has this gun and pointing it at him. And she was like, the doctor's like, that's Terry, not Todd, you idiot. And she was like, you are Terry, right? And he was like, yeah.
Terry, right? This doctor's fucking terrible.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
And then Brad and Maddie come to the door and Maddie's like, what's that? This movie's very dramatic. Okay.
Maddie is over the top even when she fucking vacuums later on. It's
yes. Oh my goodness.
And I guess she's supposed to be losing it throughout this movie, like as we go on through the movie. I don't
think she ever had it.
I don't think she ever fucking had it.
So Brad decides that he needs to talk to the doctor and the assistant, and he tells them where they should look around the apartment complex and says that he'll be in his office if he needs to be found. And so the doctor and the assistant split up.
Does anybody ever call the cops in this movie?
Oh, God, no.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. Everybody's like, oh, we don't need the cops.
That's what I mean. Everyone's terrible at everything in this fucking movie.
A lot of people mention it, but nobody does.
Should we call the cops? I don't know. It's like we're at an apartment complex. There's phones everywhere. We can call the cops at any moment. Even Maddie, she just keeps calling Brad.
She's trying to call
Brad. Trying to get hold of
But
him.
my thing is, why didn't she just walk to where Brad was?
I don't know. She doesn't do that. She doesn't think to do that until the very end of the movie.
Right.
Everyone's very dumb in this.
Yes.
Because when Terry, I mean, spoilers, when Terry starts fucking murdering everybody, right, Terry? Am I right?
Yes.
It's not Todd. That's not okay.
No.
Terry. When he starts murdering everybody, he really doesn't have a hard time doing it.
Well, no.
Like he just kind of walks up and kills them.
It's because they're fucking dumb.
He doesn't even have to chase anyone.
You know what?
Really.
He's dumb too, though.
Oh, he's a terrible killer.
How many times could he have killed Karen?
Oh, we will get to how many times he could have killed Karen.
Anyway. Brad goes to his office and calls Maddie to tell her everything's okay. And Terry shows up to the office with a machete.
A machete.
And he cuts off Brad's hand. And this is very dramatic. There's blood everywhere. Ceiling, curtains,
and
desk.
He chops off his hand, but Brad is still clutching his beer. And that definitely would be me in that case. You'll pry my beer from a cold, dead hand. Literally. Now, this was made in Jacksonville, Florida. So technically, when you think about that, that's the redneck part of Florida. So, of course, Brad is going to make sure he keeps that beer in hand because fuck you, intruder. You ain't stealing my beer.
I thought all of Florida was redneck.
No, just Floridians. It's a whole different breed of people.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Sorry, Florida.
They make the rednecks look normal. So yeah, this is over the top as with most of the gore and stuff. And Ed French does the special effects makeup here. And we've all seen Ed French's work in some capacity at some point. Hell, he worked on films like Sleepaway Camp, Chud, The Stuff, Creepshow 2, and Terminator 2. In fact, which I know there's other movies in between that. So it's not just like he went from like crappy horror movies to Terminator 2. But he even won a Primetime Emmy Award for his use of prosthetic makeup in the show Grey's Anatomy. You know, the episode was called Super Freak, if I'm remembering right. And I don't know Grey's Anatomy as much as you do. Do you remember that episode?
I don't know the names of the episodes.
Oh, okay.
There's music. What?
There's music. There is a lot of music in Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
like the musical
music.
episode.
Oh, that was a terrible musical episode.
Ugh.
It was bad because no one can sing in that episode. I mean, they try. The only reason they did that was because one of the ladies on there is actually a Broadway singer.
Yeah.
And what are we doing? This isn't the Grey's Anatomy podcast.
Anyway. So the doctor's walking through the woods looking for Todd. And the assistant is walking in like another area by the apartments, and he decides to stop and smoke some weed. Terry shows up and they share a joint for a second. and he ends up stabbing the assistant in the stomach with the machete. This is also very dramatic. I even paused it and rewound it to watch it again because it looked like they were about to make out.
It really did. It looked like he stabbed and was about to go in for the kiss.
Yes. I was like, what?
Oh, I always had a crush on you, assistant that isn't named. Anyway, so yeah, it's very fucking dramatic. You got to appreciate a good machete stab, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
You know. But anyway, so the doc here is out looking in the woods.
That's where Brad told her to
look. Very confused. Why would she go? Why go look in the woods?
Because
why not just wait for the dude to shumble up
to the door? Yeah, right?
It's not like he's a fucking Terminator or Michael Myers. He's just some dude who threw a pie. That's all we know about him.
I think that she thinks that he's mentally handicapped.
I guess she thinks she's gonna like talk to him. I guess if she finds him and stuff, I could see that. But why in the woods? Just wait for him.
Is he just going to be lurking in the woods?
Fucking cops.
They literally have search parties for this reason.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
I don't know. Okay, moving on.
So, I don't understand this. This is the decline of Maddie's mental health through this movie, I guess. I don't know.
This isn't even out of the ordinary for what we've seen so far. Right? That's the funny part.
Maddie's sitting on the floor in front of the fridge, just eating all the leftovers.
And you know, we laugh, but we've all been there eating leftovers right from the fridge.
Yeah, you know, I saw the pan.
Handfuls.
I saw your pan from this morning.
Do not judge me.
I didn't.
But the only thing that makes this crazier is she is sitting on the floor. You know, I think that's a little...
Well, you could reach it better.
Hey, good point. So really, Maddie just has a good idea here.
Yeah.
And I guess she doesn't leave the floor because later we see her sitting on the ground pouring wine, and we'll get to that part. But
she does leave the floor eventually. She does a lot of things.
We see her clean. We see her get engaged. We see
get drunk, get undrunk, shower, get drunk again.
There is a whole other movie going on with this woman.
It's true. So the doctor's still looking for Todd, and Terry shows up and attacks her. Maddie's pouring wine and trying to call Brad, and the doctor is cut in half, but still screaming. Are you laughing about how I just went through that so fast?
No, that and the doc is just still going. So after making us sit through that long, never-ending narration, they kill our doctor, who we kind of assume might have lived through at least a bit more of this. I guess that's our...
Preacher's gotta die.
That's our twist. I don't... Which the doctor, after being cut in half, which is some great cheesy practical effects. It's so glorious to watch this. But how long can you live by being cut in half? Like, can you live that long? I feel like you die like immediately.
Immediately, I would assume, because your spinal cord's severed.
Yeah, I thought that that's instant. I don't know.
I don't fucking know either.
I don't know. I failed anatomy, but
this is Blood Rage. Do you think they fucking care? This movie had 3 different names. Do you think they cared if she was screaming post death?
I don't know. Scream a lot. But wouldn't I be dead? No, it's scream.
Just scream. We need some screams.
You didn't scream yet. All these movies have screams.
It's a horror movie. It's supposed to stop screaming.
But producer Marion Cantor plays the doctor here. And she only did this because she had to step in to do this when the original actor left the production.
Because it was so stupid?
I don't know. There is absolutely no story about that.
Okay.
I'm sure there is on the $80 Blood Rage Blu-ray.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck.
So Todd makes it to the apartments finally, I guess. I don't know. Terry's in a bathroom and licking blood off his hands and says, "It's not cranberry sauce."
Which he will say that
a lot of times.
And I don't, it's kind of like someone repeating a joke, and don't make a joke about me because I know I repeat my jokes. But it's kind of like someone nudging you. Like,
Did you
"Hey,
hear that?
Did you hear what I
what
said?
I
It's not cranberry sauce. It's pretty funny, isn't it?
Right?
Because it's blood.
Because it's blood and
It's-
it's
it's not-
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving. And it's not cranberry sauce because it's blood. You get it?
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
You get that?
Yeah.
I'm going to murder you now.
So he gets in the shower to wash off the blood, and Maddie is deep cleaning the oven.
Again, a whole different movie with Maddie. We get to watch her do chores. But,
She's stress cleaning.
But yeah, it's not cranberry sauce. They say this multiple times during the movie. So Bruce Rubin wrote this movie, and a lot of horror folks will get this guy confused with the award-winning writer of Ghost and Jacob's Ladder. Ghost being the, I believe, the Patrick Swayze movie. With the pottery wheel and everything. God, that's a sexy scene. Anyway, that's a completely different Bruce Rubin. This Bruce Rubin wrote the movie Zapped. Also, an episode of Recess. That's about it. That's right. The same guy who brought you the line, "That's not cranberry sauce," and Severed Beer Clutching Hands also wrote an episode of an animated Disney show.
Cool.
Good times. I don't know what happened to this Bruce Rubin, but even this movie's Wikipedia page links it to the wrong Bruce Rubin.
Oh, no.
So the more profitable Rubin gets linked to Blood Rage, sadly. But he was actually working on a film called Brainstorm, starring Christopher Walken and Natalie Wood. I believe it was before Christopher Walken killed her. But
What?
nothing. That's a whole different thing. But
What? I've
so
never heard of this
no way was he working on a slasher movie.
Okay. So Terry goes to hang out with the new neighbor girl. Her name is Andrea, while she's babysitting. And Todd is trying to get into the apartment. And then we see Karen, which is actually Terry's girlfriend. She goes to his apartment and is also looking for him. Todd ends up coming up and scaring her, and she thinks it's Terry. And she just thinks he's high because he's being so quiet. And she said she loves him and misses him and wants to make love to him. And Todd's like, well, I'm not Terry, but I've never kissed a girl before. She's like, it's great, you should try it, and just runs off. Oh my God.
So, okay. So she just takes off running. And still, she has seen the psychotic brother, right?
Yes.
And we'll get to the point where she tells everybody about it. But she sees the psychotic brother, and still no one calls the cops.
Right?
Still.
I don't know. I have no idea. Whatever. So she runs off, and she sees some of her friends. She tells them that Todd is there, and Artie says that he's going to go check things out. He comes back and says no one's there.
Well, of course no one's there now, Artie. God damn it. So, okay, by the time you were listening to this, Thanksgiving is gone and done. And hopefully a killer twin hasn't invaded your apartment complex, lopped off your hands, and cut your head down the center. We'll get to that. But can we talk about leftovers?
Oh my God. We've been talking about food.
I know, but can we get a little deeper here? It seems every year someone has some kind of weird new leftover casserole or panini sandwich, which panini is a sandwich that sounds much fancier than it really is. The only thing a panini or panino, depending on what tight pants teen you're talking to at a Starbucks, has to have to make it a panini classification is that it has to be grilled. And most of the time they serve it on breads with names like focaccia, which end up just being thin grilled sandwiches, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want a homemade panini, just smash your ham and cheese down and grill it. And there you go. You got a panini sandwich.
I thought that was a hot ham and cheese.
No, I think if you cut it in half, it's a panini.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it just has to be grilled. It's got to have the grill marks on it. Is basically what we're talking about.
Oh, I got you.
Then you got a panini. It's a hot ham and cheese if you do it like I do and just throw it on the bread and microwave it for 2 minutes.
Ew. You better not have ever microwaved my hot ham and cheese.
Okay. Anyway, I think it's required. I think you have to eat a panini sandwich with like a bottle of glorified tap water. You know, I think yeah, Perrier or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever happened to just throwing that turkey on a roll and eating it for the next 2 days?
I don't know.
You're not a leftovers fan, though, I feel like.
I had leftover green bean casserole today.
Oh, that's true.
I had leftover pumpkin pie yesterday.
I once ate on the same pot of chili for a week.
Ew.
I could just eat leftovers whenever. I don't care. I'm a very boring person when it comes to food. But the worst thing I've ever seen in these little recipes and stuff like that for your leftovers is Jell-O molded. I don't even want to say it. A Jell-O turkey bowl.
Ugh.
Okay, so now in the 70s, and this is kind of a recipe that comes from there. In the 70s, sometimes these days, depending on who you know, Jell-O molded into some monstrosity would make the dog sick was a staple at some people's parties and feasts.
Yes.
They mixed everything into these fucking Jell-O molds.
I've seen SpaghettiOs.
Yes.
I've seen Vienna sausage.
Yes. Vienna sausages was a big one.
These are just memes on the internet. I have not in real life seen these.
If you go online, you can find an old recipe book for Jell-O molds. Because Jell-O molds were a thing. I don't know if it's the wiggly thing that people liked. I have no idea what possessed people in the 70s. Maybe Reagan. Anyway, no, that would have been the 80s. I think it would have been Nixon in the 70s. But anyway, sometimes these things would be way too much. Now, it was considered high class, I guess, at the time. I have fucking no clue. But anyway, so this turkey Jell-O bowl thing, they took a Jell-O molded in the shape of a bowl. Kind of like a bowl top. And then they just pour chunks of turkey on it. And you just cut it and serve it up.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, maybe the Jell-O was flavored cranberry. You think so? That would make some sense.
Oh, God. Anyway. Anyway, the bowl that you're thinking of is a bundt pan.
Yeah, there you go. That's what
a bundt cake pan.
Yeah,
there you go.
I don't know. Can we just outlaw Jell-O?
No. But don't put our meat in our Jell-O, okay?
Ugh. Don't put any meat in the Jell-O.
Okay.
Don't fuck the Jell-O either. Don't.
What?
Just don't fuck Jell-O. I don't know. I don't know why I threw that in. I just feel like I need to say it. I don't know what of our fans are fucking Jell-O molds, but
Anyway.
Stop it. Stop it.
Anyway.
Zip your pants up, sir.
Okay, anyway. So
I guess females could fuck some Jell-O too, huh?
Can you stop?
I'm sorry. Let's not do this. Not in front of the listener.
I'm going to throw this box set at you.
No, that's the I spit on your grave box.
Anyway, so Terry's watching a horror movie with Andrea when the mom, which I never caught her name, but the mom comes home from her date. Terry and Andrea leave and everyone sees them walking out, and Karen says that she saw Todd, and Terry doesn't believe her at first. He kind of freaks out on them when they start making fun of him, and then they all decide to go party with Andrea and leave Terry behind.
Which again, I think only like 5 or 6 people live in this apartment complex because no one else is around.
Right. So Terry shows back up at home and he tells his mom that Todd is there, and she tries to call Brad again, but no answer. And she tells Terry to find Brad.
So one thing that always gets me about these uncovered gems of the 80s, where, like I said, it's just the shit movies, and now over the years have found a new appreciation, which is fine. It's still a shit movie.
Right.
But it's fun to like it. But you could dig up any forgettable 80s slasher and tell people that it's a masterpiece and it's forgotten and people shell out $40 and up for it. Makes you wonder if the crap we had to deal with through the 2000s is going to make an appearance as hidden forgotten gems later at some point.
Probably.
Like, I mean, 13 Ghosts has already got its own special Scream Factory edition of the movie, which I've always said that's a really good movie, but people hated it when it first came out.
Right.
So I mean, Tony Shalhoub versus ghosts is what you got in that movie. It's a good time.
So Todd finds the doctor in the woods and he tries to put her back together. And he is mad that he did. He picked her body.
He really fucking does, dude.
Tries to put her back together.
It's okay. It's okay. You're fine. You're fine. You're gonna pull through.
We just need a Band-Aid. It'll be okay. So he's mad that she believed him but didn't do anything. And then a little girl is walking looking for her cat, and Todd tells her that she needs to go home because there's a bad person out tonight and not to open her door.
So I gotta say, it is pretty terrible that the doctor knew and kind of kind of believed Todd. But she didn't say anything to anybody?
She did. She told Maddie.
Did she?
Yes, because Maddie in the beginning with the pie.
Oh, fuck. We're going back to the beginning.
We're not going to go back to the with the pie. You were so wrapped up in pie, you didn't even catch this. So she tells Maddie, and Maddie says that can't be true and says that Terry didn't do that. He's just blaming
So this
Terry.
is Maddie's fault is what we're saying here.
Because she's a whore.
Holy shit. God damn.
Yes.
Brittany just shot some fire.
Did you even read like the synopsis on Wikipedia?
Oh my God. I know this movie and I've seen it so many times, but I don't know what has happened to me. I've been eating so much. I literally was watching Blood Rage and eating an apple pie, you guys.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you either.
So the doctor tells Maddie. Maddie says to Todd, no, you did this. Terry did it. We're one happy family. Blah, 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 blah. Like, she just pushes it off.
Oh, okay. So, goddamn Maddie.
That's why Todd left to go home, because he's remembering what happened.
Oh.
And he's like, I didn't fucking do this. It was that motherfucker.
Oh, fuck. Hopefully, next movie we have, I'm awake.
And the only person that believed him was the doctor.
Why did they go this deep? You know, like, why did they need this? Like, why did they need all this?
I just explained the whole movie to you.
Am I trying to make this movie? I did watch this movie, but am I trying to make this movie deeper than it is?
Wait a second.
What?
You keep talking about food, and I'm going into this movie. What the fuck has happened?
Oh, the holiday has fucked us up. Thanksgiving has fucked us up.
Am I becoming you?
It's finally happened. I've snapped. The student has become the teacher.
Dun, dun, dun. Even with, what was it? Even with like The Shining, you were like, oh, I didn't think of it like that.
Well, you had like one thing. Okay, we're not going back on that. Not in front of the listener. We're not going to fight in front of the listener.
Mom and Dad are fighting
Mom
again.
and Dad are fighting.
Oh, anyway.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Do you understand? Are you caught up now?
Yeah, I was caught up before. I just kind of let you go on. Anyway. Not in front of the listener. Let's go. Not in front of the listener.
I think if I almost said videotape. If I recorded me cutting your dick off and I put it on Patreon, and I put it on Patreon, and I charged like $7.
I was gonna say you're gonna have to go up in price at that point.
I'm gonna charge $7. Who would pay $7 to see the video of me cutting Lee's dick off?
That's fucked up because then they gotta see my dick. I don't think they want to know what my dick looks like.
They don't have to see the dick.
Well, how do they know you're cutting my dick off?
It's gonna be mangled by the time they like. I'm not gonna be like, here's the shaft, here's the balls.
Whoa, did you say mangled dick?
Yes.
Because that means we're going to have to get Felissa Rose on here to judge that mangled dick. And she's already agreed to appear on the show at some point. So,
okay, Felissa Rose doesn't get to look at your dick.
Oh.
No matter how much she pays for it.
She's not going to pay for it. Why would pay? She's married to Darren Miller. Why would she pay to see my dick?
You're just very excited about her looking at your dick, and I don't like it.
Well, yeah, I mean, even if it's mangled, but if it's mangled, that's even better because she's the mangled dick expert.
Anyway,
I have a feeling when Felissa Rose is on the show, we're just going to be talking about mangled dicks for like an hour and a half.
Nice.
Anyway, moving on.
Anyway,
back to this one.
So Andrea is teaching Karen how to shoot tequila. Karen talks about how Todd looked all crazy. One of the guys, his name is actually Greg. I just didn't write his name down. Greg says he's going to go hook up with Andrea, and Karen plays video games with Artie. This is a very weird,
the lamest fucking part. Where are the body shots? First of all, it's the 80s.
It's 1974 in this movie.
Oh, is it?
Oh, wait, no, it's not. It's 1984. I lied.
1974.
I'm sorry. The drive-in scene was 1974.
I was like,
so
all
sorry.
the Nike memorabilia everyone's wearing in this movie says otherwise. But
I'm so sorry. Anyway.
That's another point. There is a lot of Nike in this fucking movie.
I think everybody wore Nike back then.
I guess, but did Nike pay for this? I feel like Nike wouldn't want their product in this movie.
I don't think they cared back then.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
When
anyway,
was Nike not famous? Has Nike always been a thing?
I don't know.
You're like, can we just fucking get on with this fucking movie?
Yes, the party is lame.
Okay.
And why did the guys play video games while the girls are shooting tequila?
I don't know. Those girls have probably deep belly buttons. You could be shooting off their stomachs.
You know what, though?
What?
They were being respectful gentlemen.
Oh.
They were.
How progressive for Blood Rage. On paper, this sounds like one hell of a boring movie. But it's acted so over the top. And the effects are just add to the silliness of the whole thing, and it makes for a good time. Like I said, it's a so bad it's good movie. It's just lovely. It also helps that the score and the soundtrack make it stand out a bit. It doesn't sound like just another Friday the 13th clone. A lot of these movies at the time tended to do that with their score and the soundtrack and stuff like that. But this one has more of a, I don't know, it has its own feel, which is nice. It lends to the movie. Richard Einhorn does the music for this thing, and he's no stranger to horror. He did the score for Shockwaves, Don't Go in the House, and The Prowler, another great horror movie that no one really deep dives or talks about. The Prowler had its own drive-in episode as well. But The Prowler, Tom Savini worked on that with those effects and stuff like that. And I got to say, Ed French's effects in this movie are pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for what they are. By the way, Ed French plays that lady's date. Bill is his name, which we'll get to Bill in a minute.
Oh, my God. Speaking of the lady.
Yeah, here we go.
So I still don't know her name. I don't think they say her name.
It fucking matters, even if they did. We don't have to know it.
No. So the mom from the house earlier that went on her date is still there, and they start to drink a little bit. And oh my God, you fucking bitch!
Oh, did it do the thing?
Yeah. Anyway, okay. He is so nerdy, and she decides she's going to go freshen up, and then the doorbell rings,
and he's like talking about the drinks and like creme de menthe or something.
I have no fucking clue. So Bill answers the door, and it's Terry, and then the baby wakes up, and the woman says that she's gonna get him a rich daddy. She's like, "You need to be quiet. I'm trying to get you a rich daddy."
Oh fuck.
She goes out in her laundry and sees that Bill is gone. And then she hears a knock at the door or whatever. And it's Bill's head hanging by an extension cord.
So There's an overwhelming lack of fathers in this movie. Anyway, I just thought I'd point that out. But Ed French got to make his own severed head. I wonder how odd that would be. Like crafting your own fucking severed head. Is that like?
Oh, because that's him.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It doesn't really look like him, but but this movie being a Thanksgiving horror flick kind of does something different. It embodies your family at Thanksgiving. You got the mom just trying to hold things together. All the weird aunts and uncles could be represented by each of the teens. And of course, that baby that won't shut the fuck up. So is Blood Rage trying to say something maybe?
No.
No, it's not.
No.
It's Blood Rage.
So Todd finally breaks into the apartment and he looks around. Maddie is drunk and passes out in the hallway. Todd ends up carrying her to bed and she wakes up and thinks it's Terry. And then she asks about Todd and he pretends to be Terry and then kisses her on the lips.
Okay, what the fuck is with the Oedipus vibe going on between the mom and son?
Well, both sons.
Oh, both sons.
Well, okay, I guess it would be Terry because he was pretending to be Terry.
Oh, God. The only thing we needed was, you kiss like Terry.
Well, she didn't know it was Todd.
Oh, yeah, you kiss like Todd.
Did she kiss Todd, though?
I don't fucking know.
Anyway.
I don't fucking know.
Anyway.
Oh.
That's another reason why I know that she's been around the block a time or two. And I know that sounds really crazy. I know that sounds really crazy, but the perfect script for a serial killer is a mommy complex.
That's true. They all did have mommy complexes.
And the mommy always had multiple husbands.
But they usually hate their mothers too, isn't it?
He does hate his mother.
Oh, good
He
point.
hates how much he loves her. And that's usually how it works.
And fucking milk with turkey.
Yes.
That's a red flag, everybody.
Or the fact that he has killed all these people.
The fact that he's killing people.
I was like, you're talking about milk and he's like cut off
that is a
people's
red
hands.
flag. Right. You're right. You're right.
Anyway.
This is the worst serial killer class ever. Okay, so the one main deciding factor if someone's a serial killer is the body count. If they've killed more than one person.
They're a serial killer.
Oh my God.
So Terry is watching Andrea and Greg. Like, they don't have sex yet, but they are going to. I don't fucking know. They're making out, whatever. Then Karen hears a scream in front of the other room, and they go to check it out, and Andrea scares them. So, Karen and Artie decide that they're going to leave to go to another party. Andrea takes a shower because she had like fake makeup on her face.
Which, okay, how long did it take them to get this fake
Apparently
makeup
took 4
applications?
seconds.
Like, what the fuck?
I have no
I guess
fucking
that's
clue.
something you do. I don't know.
I have no idea. And Terry's there watching them. Like I said before, I don't know.
Yeah,
I had to write that twice, but whatever. So Maddie's still trying to get through to Brad, and she calls the operator, and they say that the line is fine. And she starts freaking out on them.
Have you tried calling the cops, ma'am?
Right. No, they did not say that.
I have to call Brad. He'll solve everything.
You could have walked 6 steps to Brad's office, okay?
Oh,
like,
fuck.
come the fuck on.
You could probably see Brad's office from there.
Right. So Andrea and Greg go and play tennis, and again, Terry's fucking watching them. Maddie tells the operator that her son has escaped, and she starts to break down. Andrea and Greg are now having sex on the diving board at the pool, and Terry comes up and tells them to stop, and then kills them.
How the hell?
He's like, stop. What the fuck?
Yeah. How the hell do you have sex on a diving board, first off?
I don't. very carefully.
You know what sucks is the lack of Thanksgiving horror to begin with, you know? There's sure you got some horror shorts and a few stuff, but we really need to get cracking on some Thanksgiving themed horror, you know? I mean, here, this ought to put how ignored the Thanksgiving holiday is in the horror film world into perspective. Now, if you do a search for Thanksgiving on Pornhub,
oh my God.
Not that I've done it, but if you search,
I'm searching your history.
But if you search for that, you'll find over 900 videos all based around Thanksgiving, including a lot of dudes fucking pies and dudes fucking chicks who are tied up like turkeys. I guess that's a thing for some people. And again, no kink shaming, but again, not that I've done this. I've just heard of it.
You've never been tied up like a turkey?
Whoa, no. I meant the searching. No, me myself, I've never been tied up like a turkey.
I mean, we could try it.
Okay, no. Again, not kink shaming. I'm not good with it. Nor am I gonna fuck a pie. But my whole point of this is porn is beating out the horror community on this, and we need to get cracking on some Thanksgiving horror films.
But what's supposed to happen on Thanksgiving? Well, the mashed potato is supposed to like choke you and then you die? And
maybe fucking bring the turkey to life and it kills everybody.
Thanksgiving.
That was not what that movie was.
That was what that movie was.
That movie had a guy fuck a turkey in the asshole. That is not what that movie was about. And then the turkey pulled out a tiny gun. Oh, fuck. Go listen to our Thanksgiving episode. That one.
Anyway, okay.
Back to this movie. Back to this movie.
So Karen and Artie are walking to go to some mysterious party. I don't fucking know. But
a party of who? Because I'm only seeing like 6 or 7 people in this entire movie.
I have no fucking clue. But Artie wants to talk, and you could tell that Artie likes Karen, but Karen is like so wrapped up in Terry. Terry jumps up and scares them, and he tells them that everyone should go inside with Todd running around all crazy. So Artie goes to his car. What the fuck? You should go inside, but I'm gonna go to my car. And Todd is there, and he has a gun, and he says that Terry is the crazy one, and he needs Artie's help. And Karen and Terry are making out at his apartment. The doorbell rings, and it's Artie and Todd. And Todd points the gun at him, but then gets too scared and runs off.
I guess the whole point of this was, which, you know, with Todd pointing a gun at Artie to get him to do stuff, that kind of goes against him not being the crazy one. But but then I guess at this point he points the gun and he's not the true murderer, so he can't kill Terry. Right. So I guess that's the whole point of that. But fucking shoot him, man.
Just fucking
Just
do
fucking
it.
Fucking blow him away.
So Artie says that that Todd needs to be stopped, and Terry agrees. So they go to find him or whatever, but they find a bag of killing tools, and Terry again says when they're looking at these weapons that are covered in blood, that's not cranberry sauce.
That's not cranberry sauce, Artie.
And then he kills him
with a turkey fork, which is, you know, that's good. This fucking movie's brilliant. By the way, this is the same wooden bridge that they're on that we see everybody pass by at least 5 or 6 times.
I know,
in this
right?
entire movie.
There's 2 apartments.
There's 2 apartments and a wooden bridge is where our movie is set at.
Right. So Karen goes to look for them, and she finds Terry and asks him about the machete, and he says it's Todd's, and she wants to call the police. Finally, and he tells her he loves her, and then he fucking tries to kill her
terribly. I might
add. He's like,
The worst machete swing in the
He's
history
like,
of machete
I love
swings.
you. Tries to hit her, and he's like, did you hear me? I said I love you.
I said I loved you. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
By the way, your machete swing. Work on that, man.
Oh my goodness. So she runs off and she makes it into like an apartment closet thing. And Terry follows her and he acts like he's going to go inside there, but he doesn't.
And like I said, he becomes an awful murderer at this point. And I don't even know if he was very good to begin with. He was just kind of there. Like, all these people just kind of offer themselves up to him.
I know, right? I don't know.
I mean, he has several times to kill Karen, but he doesn't take it. And you can't say it's because he loves her, because clearly he wants to have sex with his mom. So
oh, I have no fucking clue. Speaking of his mom, she's still trying to get a hold of Brad, and
God damn it, woman!
And she thinks she's dead, but she's actually dialed the wrong number.
And she even told the operator what was going on earlier,
right?
and still hasn't called the cops.
Oh my gosh. Karen finally jumps out of the closet thing where one of the dead bodies is, and she runs into Terry, and he's holding Artie's dead body. She runs off and goes to another apartment where the little girl is, and she's knocking on the door, and the girl won't open the door because Todd had told her earlier not to.
You're gonna hurt my kitty.
You're gonna hurt my kitty.
I was high the other night watching this, and I kept rewinding that part and playing it. You're gonna hurt my kitty.
Oh my gosh.
Like fucking shit.
She then runs to an open apartment with that the baby's in.
Yeah.
She picks up the baby to stop it from crying, and she finds the woman dead and Terry pulling the machete out of her.
Okay. So did Terry leave this lady alive after she found the boyfriend's, head?
No, I think he killed her and just left the machete. No.
But I thought he had the machete earlier.
He did have the machete. Yeah, I guess he did leave her alive.
So she's just sitting there. Did she just sit there and wait? Why has no one called the cops? She's like, maybe if I wait here, it'll be just fine. And then he comes back and is like, oh yeah, I forgot. Just fucking kills her.
I have no fucking clue.
Fuck, I lost track. I'm sorry, ma'am. Whack.
I have no fucking clue. So Karen,
this whole movie, this whole movie relies on everyone being stupid and Terry being smarter.
And Terry's not even that fucking smart, okay?
No, he isn't. So everyone's like super dumb.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I fucking love it so much. This movie's so good.
So Karen then tries to run out, but Todd is at the door. So she hides in a room and tries to make a call.
Uh-huh.
And Terry goes in the room and Karen hits him, I think, in the balls with the phone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she gets him in the nuts.
Yeah. And she grabs the baby and runs out. Maddie is cleaning the
fridge now.
And she just starts throwing everything away. It's still fucking Thanksgiving. We want those leftovers for tomorrow, bitch.
Jesus Christ, lady.
She goes to throw something away and she sees Terry's bloody shirt in the trash can. And she runs to Brad's office. Finally. And it still takes her another 2 fucking minutes.
Brad, I've been calling you. Just banging on this window.
And she doesn't even notice that he's fucking dead.
He's obviously, I know that Terry has for some reason cut off his other hand and arranged him in a way where it looks like he's resting his head on his hands, but come on.
There's blood
everywhere.
Everywhere. So she starts yelling at him and she touches his shoulder and his head falls and splits open.
Which is good effect. Good effect here.
Yes. Karen goes to the pool to hide from Terry, but of course he's there and she sees him and hides the baby in the cabinet. Then sees more dead people and goes to hide somewhere else. The people from before Andrea and Greg or whatever. So Maddie takes a gun, I assume, from Brad's office, and she says she's going to make everything right.
Is this the same gun that's been traveling throughout this entire movie?
I have no fucking clue. I have no fucking clue where this gun came from. There's a lot of guns. I don't know. So Karen comes out of her hiding spot when she thinks Terry is gone. And he like nicks her with the machete, but doesn't actually fucking hit her, which I don't understand because he could have like chopped her off.
I guess because she's not just standing there talking to him, so he can't just kill her like everyone else.
I guess. But she runs out, and Todd's there with the gun, and Karen grabs the gun from him, and she's gonna kill Terry.
Well, what happened? Oh, no, Maddie has a gun earlier. I'm sorry.
Maddie has a gun.
Karen.
And Todd has a gun.
Okay. We're getting this down now.
Yes. Karen grabs the gun from him and says that she's going to kill Terry. So she goes to shoot, but there aren't any fucking bullets in this gun.
So why isn't there? Okay.
I assume, this is what I'm assuming, is Todd got that gun from the apartment when he broke in. But there's no bullets in it.
I thought Todd must have got this from the other dead body. That remember the assistant at the beginning of the movie had a gun.
Oh, but he never. Was this that one? Well, I don't know. It never showed him going up to that dead body.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I don't think so.
I mean, he did break into that apartment. Maybe he did. I don't fuck.
It doesn't matter.
No, it does not matter.
It doesn't matter. There's no bullets in it. There's no bullets in it.
There's no bullets.
Terry and Todd start to fight, and they fall into the pool. Well, Todd can't swim, so he's kind of drowning, but Karen helps him out. And then Maddie walks in with a gun and shoots Terry in the chest, then the eye, and then just fucking unloads on him until he falls into the water. She sees Todd and holds him to comfort him, and she says that they only need each other and they are safe now. And she said, Todd is gone. And Todd freaks out and says, I'm not Terry, I'm Todd. So they start chanting, I'm Todd, which is very weird to me.
Yeah, that was okay.
I was like, okay, you're not Todd though, bitch.
Yeah,
like,
wait, what?
I don't know. And then she kills herself because she's killed her one and only precious child.
Terry, I guess. Terry was the favorite, even though we didn't. I don't.
This is. I know I went fast there at the end, but this whole thing was a little bit of a roller coaster. So.
This ending was a lot more deeper when I was high. But so Blood Rage, also known as Slasher, also known as Nightmare in Shadow Woods, also known as probably a few other titles, was released and quickly forgotten in 1987, and you can't really blame audiences. I mean, that same year you had Evil Dead 2, The Gate, Creepshow 2, The Lost Boys, Hellraiser, and even Fatal Attraction. So it was a packed year for horror. Well, Fatal Attraction isn't exactly a horror movie, but it works. And I've been fucking ripping on this movie, but it is a damn good time. It is hilarious. Like, this movie is a fun time. Now, in 2015, Arrow Films, of course, like I said, released a 3-disc limited edition. All these things are always limited when they come out. Why, I'll never know. Probably so when they release a second limited edition version, they can charge you $10 more. But anyway, it seems to have found its audience, and with its own episode on The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs on Shudder, it will be around for a long time. So this was one hell of an easy episode. And like I said, it's a blessing after the giant-sized episode on The Shining.
Except for the fact that I had to explain it to you, and you've seen it.
I've seen this multiple times. I don't know what happened.
And you know what? I've actually seen this before.
Yes. This Brittany watched this with us on The Last Drive-In, so
I did. I
actually
liked
seen
it.
this one before. Yeah. So let's get a little deeper with that. What did you think about 1987's Blood Rage?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I like a good little serial killer movie.
Well, slashers are your bread and butter anyway.
Oh, yeah. because I like to analyze them, and you could have fucking done this better. You could have done this better. Terry could have done everything better. I'm just saying.
Terry's a terrible murderer. Like I said, the whole movie relies on everyone being way dumber than he is.
And they are. Except for Karen.
But it is a damn good time. I mean.
Oh, yeah. Oh, do I dare to say that this movie is campy?
Very campy. This is what camp is.
I was right.
This is camp hitting you in the face like a truck.
I was right.
Yes, this is very much camp. But you know, and speaking of camp, we're going to get a lot of it next month. In fact, by the way, that's 1987's Blood Rage. We didn't have a lot to talk about. We joked about Thanksgiving and all sorts of shit. We had a good time today. This is kind of an easy episode. But so next month though is Christmas. It's a holiday month. So what is our theme? You know, while everyone is sitting around covering holiday horror on their podcasts and on their shows, and they're writing about all the holiday horror and the Santa Clauses murdering people, which we did last Christmas, I believe. Right. I thought, let's do something different. Let's do something a little different.
Claymation movies?
No. No. I thought we'd do something different, especially after everyone has done Blood Rage. Like, everyone has done Blood Rage this time. So, next month, it's a holiday with the Evil Dead.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's right. It's all Evil Dead themed. Every episode is that. And if you're a member of our Patreon, you already know what episode is which and what they'll be over.
Dun,
so,
dun.
if you subscribe there, that's another perk that you get. But next week, I can go ahead and drop the episode. Now, we did the Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead from 1981. We did that a long time ago. So we've already covered that one. So we got to start somewhere. If we can't start with the original, why don't we go
the Evil Dead 2?
No, that's the episode. We'll talk about that. But next week is Evil Dead from 2013, the reboot.
Ew.
The reboot and continuation, and I will explain. I will explain why it isn't technically a remake, because to me,
it's nothing like Evil Dead.
To me, it's a sequel. And I will explain that when we hit it next week. So until next time, and until the holiday season comes and we give you a groovy amount of time, groovy, Hail to the King. You're going to be knowing all these references after this coming month, because we are going. We may even dive into the series that came out a few years ago. We'll dive into that. So it's going to be a good month. It's going to be fun. So until next time, I'm Lee Evans saying stay spooky.
And I'm Brittany. Stay horrific.
That's not cranberry sauce. Thanks for listening. To get a hold of us and submit your stories, fan mail, and death threats, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and nightofthehorrorfile.com. Our theme song was written and performed by John Brennan, used with permission. Find John at shopjb.bandcamp.com and at badtechno.com. If you like what you hear, leave a good review wherever you listen to podcasts, and share the show on your social media. See you next week.